I started LBD in 2019, briefly after I came out of law school, or briefly after I came out of university, came out of NYC. I went to law school between 2017 to 2018. I'm a lawyer in my profession. And I went to for NYC between 2018 and 2019. And coming out of NYC, starting my second job after NYC, I decided, you know what, it was very difficult to get my second job after NYC because the first job I got after NYC was a job where I needed to be a sales marketer. Imagine a lawyer being a sales marketer, right? I needed to be a sales marketer, and I was going to big companies like 7-Up because nobody wanted to take me in any law firm. No law firm. I applied to hundreds of law firm, one after the other. Just to start with, the law firm I was with during NYC was paying me 20,000 naira. And do you know what is 20,000 naira? 20,000 naira was what can I call 20,000 naira now? 20,000 naira is, let me call it in dollar. About how many dollar? Let me just make it so good. About $12. Let's say that way. About $12 at that time. I was paying 20,000 naira as an NYC. That was all I was earning 5 years ago. 20,000 naira monthly. Imagine. And I was doing my NYC in Lagos. And I was going to the law firm. And from the law firm, I would go to court. From court, I would come back. I was eating, I was feeding, I was doing everything all by myself. And not just to cap it all, by the end of the tenure, which was NYC, sorry for those who don't know what NYC means, apologies. NYC is called National Youth Service Corps, where as a citizen of Nigeria, you are supposed to serve your country for 1 year. So they will post you anywhere they want to post you to. So I was posted to Lagos State, and that was where I did my NYC. And I was paid 20,000 naira for 1 year, 12 months. And after the 20,000 naira, after the 12th month, they told me, you know what, we don't need your service anymore. In fact, what was more painful to me was not that they took me out. That I wasn't the only one. They didn't want anybody anyway, but I wasn't the only one. But what was more painful to me was that the secretary of that corporation called me one day and she said, I see you are a nice girl. You are trying to be hardworking and you look like you want to have a future. But she said something. She said, well, I am not sure any law firm will take you after your NYC. That was the word she used to tell you that the future was very black, bleak, and blurry. Yes, the future for me was black. Sorry, second. Okay, thank you. The future for me was black, bleak, and blurry. There was no hope. People didn't see hope in me. Even me, sometimes I didn't even see hope in myself. I didn't see hope in myself, but I knew I had a positive mindset. I knew I was positive about myself. And I also believed I had God with me as well. So it wasn't about just what they saw or what I felt I saw in me. It was also about what I didn't see about me, what I couldn't see, the future I didn't understand, the future I didn't know. I'm just, in case you're coming, this is not my session. This is not, I'm just giving some people a background about what we are doing and why passionate we do what we do. Because I don't think I'm the only one who must have been called aside during their NYSC or during their 15, 16, 17 and say to you, you know what, I know you look nice, you look hardworking, you look promising, but I'm not sure you will make anything out of your life. And maybe it has turned out to be what they said about you. I'm sorry if it has, apologies, but that's why you are here right now. That's why you are meeting me, somebody who can change your life as I'm changing my life and can change. And as I change your life, you can also change other people's life and change their narrative. So I'm a very positive person, just in case you don't know me. And I'm not just being positive because I'm a public speaker or a motivational person. I'm positive because life has made me to understand that it's not about what I think about myself. It's not about what people think about me. It's not about what I say about myself. Nothing is certain in life, not even tomorrow. The only thing certain in life is the belief you can have about yourself and the uncertainty that you can take out of life and say, you know what, let me just keep pushing and believing. There is nothing certain. Nothing is certain, not even your tomorrow. A poor man today can be a wealthy man tomorrow. A wealthy man tomorrow can be a poor man today. Somebody that doesn't have a disability today can have a disability tomorrow. And somebody who doesn't have a disability tomorrow can somehow be healed of their disability somebody who doesn't have a disability today, rather, somebody who doesn't have a disability today can somehow be healed of their disability tomorrow. Miracles do happen, and you have to believe it. Miracles in every area of your life, not just disability, financial miracle, mental miracles, physical miracles, spiritual miracle. Miracles still does happen. And I am a miracle. I don't know about you. I am a miracle. So this was what this young lady, this not a young lady, she was about 45, thereabout at that time. So I believe she knows what she was saying. I was just about, I was in the middle of my NYC, just being enthusiastic about life, trying to see if my law firm is going to keep me with their 20,000 naira they were paying me, just trying to be positive about myself. And this lady called me one day into the receptionist office. It was a very big law firm, not a small law firm, but they decided to pay us 20,000 naira. I don't know why, but that's what we got, you know. And she just told me, I like you. I like how enthusiastic, how positive you are. But I'm not sure any other law firm is going to take you aside this law firm. What she was trying to tell me is that by the time you're done with this law firm, working under the government with this little pay, you may have a very hard time. You may have a very hard time. So be prepared for it. Be prepared for it and go home crying. Be prepared for it and go home sorry about your life. Be sorry about your future because your future doesn't look like it. And to be honest, I don't blame her. I was in Lagos. Lagos is a very busy city. Everybody is trying to survive. Everybody is trying to get something out of life. Who am I to join the crowd? Who am I to also join them to try to hustle in the bustling side of Lagos? Who am I? I can't even compete with them. Hand-wise, body-wise, gender-wise, there are so many gaps. So I don't blame her why she was seeing my future the way she was. And of course, I didn't even see any better so much at that time. I didn't. But guess what? 5 years down the line, this is me. I don't look like what she said. I don't even look like what I thought about myself. I don't even look like many things. And 5 years after now, I'm very sure I will not look like where I am right now. So I don't know who I'm speaking with. This is not my topic. I didn't plan to start this way, but I don't know who I'm talking to right now, who may hear this right now, who is hearing this, or who will hear this in the next 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I believe I've been able to pass a message that is beyond words, a message that is beyond motivation, a message of miracles, a message of hope, a message of you can still do it. You can get there. It's 5 years. 5 years is a long time. Trust me, a lot of things happen in 5 years. Don't think it was all rosy. It's not rosy. It's still not rosy, even if my face looks rosy, but it's still not rosy. And it's not going to be rosy at the end. But this is where I am right now. Where do you want to be? That's the question. Where do you want to be? Many people with disability take life for granted. They just move on with life as though time will take itself, as though life will happen by itself. It's going to be tougher every day. 5 years ago, it was tough for me. Trust me and believe me, right now, it's still tough for me. It's not going to be less tougher, but something has to grow, whether it's tough or not. I didn't plan to do this. I didn't plan to say this somehow. I don't know why I did it, but I believe I did it for somebody who may want to hear this. Because don't think I came out of one very rich family, one wealthy family, who just moved me from one continent to the other, or from one place to the other. I was always spoon-fed. Oh, she had this, she had a good life, she had everything. No, don't think so. Don't judge people by what you see. If you look at their story, you will discover that there were a lot of storms, a lot of mountains, a lot of troubles, a lot of heartache, a lot of wet pillows, crying times, just like you are having yours. But the difference is, let those crying times, let those wet pillows, let those depressed moments, let those heartache take you to where you want to be right now. If it's not moving you forward, then you are not doing it right. If it's not moving you forward, then it means there is something else you need to add to what you're doing. If it's not moving you forward, this is not a motivational speech. If it's not moving you forward, then it means that you're allowing it to take the whole of you. You're not making good use of it. I wanted to write a book one time. I wanted to write a book, or I wrote a book with a session, although I've written 2 books. but there was a section of the book that talked about pain. If your pain is not helping you, if your pain, how will I put it? This was the caption. Your pain is either a fueling you, like moving you to your destination, taking you to your destination, to where you should be, or your pain is limiting you and taking you backward. It's either a fuel or a setback, a break that sets you back. So choose how you want to use your pain. I have a lot of pains. Trust me, I'm a lady with so many scars. I'm a lady with so many scars. If I open up half of my scars, you and I will be crying right now. And I believe that there are so many people who have scars here. So I'm not talking to people who have had it all rosy. But I don't look like my scars. And I don't want to. Trust me. Many people with disability have so much pity party and they like it. In fact, we are used to it because, we are okay because the society has helped us to make it okay. And I'm telling you, people shouldn't pity you, of course. Once in a while, we want that soft landing, that tap in our back, say it's going to be all right. And it's cool. But that's not what's going to pay your bills. That's not where you want to be. That's not what's going to help you to be where you want to be in the future. You have to be strong inside of you. And trust me, even our strength fails us. And when it fails you, you pick yourself with your tired self and you keep moving. So now going to where we started from. This is volunteer for mentorship. I've said a lot of things right now, and I didn't get here by mistake. I didn't also get here by just being strong. Sometimes we are not strong all by ourselves. Mr. Remy, last week talked to us about how the essence of community, when one person is not strong, the other person is maybe strong. And it's very key that we all grow in a community. I believe you're all seeing my screen. Can somebody just unmute? Mr. Nelson, can you unmute and say something? Let me be sure. Mr. Nelson.
I can hear you, ma.
Can you see my screen? Volunteer for mentorship.
No, I'm not seeing your screen.
Are you for real? You're not seeing it?
No.
I'm seeing it.
Oh, you're seeing volunteer for mentorship?
Okay. Yes, madam.
You just pull up now, yes.
Oh, great. Okay, thank you. So unmute. So mute, I mean. So this is another, we started this last year where we were helping people with disability to build themselves. And just to tell you that the people who are your leaders on your group, they are people who have passed through this mentorship. See the way they are leading. They all have disability. In fact, almost all of them have disability, aside Mr. Nelson and I think Eva. But every other person that is a leader, your leader, is it Emilia? Is it Ruby? Is it Timothy? They all have disability. So don't think you are the person who is in your. Yesterday we talked about Donald Trump, right? For those who are in groups, just to let you know, we have 3 groups. For those who are in group, we talked about Donald Trump and Bill Gates? Yes, Bill Gates and Donald Trump. Every person who is leading you in that group has a disability. So if they can do it, you can do it too, and you can do better. And what's the main thing that made them outstanding? They've all passed through this mentorship group. In fact, some of them are still in this group. Mentorship, volunteer for mentorship, to become a better person, to be able to lead a group and even one day lead a nation, because you start from somewhere. You will lead a group, from there you lead a community, from a community you can lead your local government, you can lead your family, you can lead anywhere, and anybody can be a leader. That's one of my slogan. As a person with a disability, you can be a leader. But many times we don't have privileges of leading because people don't believe in us. People don't believe in what we can do. So if you believe so much in yourself, or you're trying to believe in yourself, maybe you don't believe in yourself, it's fine. But I saw you're here. Maybe you're now trying to believe in yourself. I would advise you to join this. It's a 4-month mentorship group. And what it's all about is that we meet twice every month. There are different topics we discuss about. And the beautiful part of this year's mentorship is that we are going to discuss about 3 main things: leadership skills, financial skills, and we have reading skills as well that we are going to build you on. So the last year mentorship, we just focus on being a leader. Many of them now who are still in the mentorship group are leaders, and they are your leaders in your subgroup. They are practicing their leadership, and I think they are doing very well. Just a hand of applause for them, for every one of them, all of them. They are doing perfectly well. They are all outstanding, and I'm so impressed that they have become who they are right now. And they started from here. They were not like this last year. If you have asked some of them, I don't think they would have been like this. It doesn't mean that they don't have challenges in their personal life, but they are still trying their best, just like I am trying my best to become a better person. So volunteer for this mentorship group. There is an email there. Mr. Nelson is going to post it on the group more. There's an email here that you can use to register. I think there's also a link. Mr. Nelson, I think you should put a link for people just in case they don't have they cannot go through email. Yeah, there's a link, LBD Mentors. Mr. Nelson, look for this link, LBD Mentors, and let them fill it for those who want to be part. We're not going to take everybody. We just want 15 people. We don't want everybody. In fact, we're already 15 here, but we are not going to take everybody. But it's not just about anybody. Some people are not here. They're still going to, when they post this thing in there, they may volunteer in. Some people are not here. But we also go through, you will go through an interview with Mr. Nelson. He's going to ask you some questions like he asked the people last year, and it's going to take just 15 people. So we're not going to take everybody, between 10 to 15 people. Our max is 15 because we want to know you one-on-one, want to know your challenges. We are not going to, we may not be able to help you do everything in life, but one thing I can assure you is that by the end of your mentorship, you're going to be a better person, and you're going to take your life into your hands to leave it one after the other. We're going to walk you through how you can build your life beyond your disability. What we are doing here is just a little of what we do in mentorship class. So if you want to be seeing me every day, every month, 2 times a month, if you want to be seeing me every month, it's a 4-month class. We come on Zoom or Google Meet, whichever one that works with us. We talk for 1 hour twice a month, 1 hour, and you'll be reading books. They read book every week, every month. You'll be reading books once a month. And what we want to add into this year mentorship, we want to add financial skills. So we just don't want you to be reading. We just don't want you to be reading. We also want you to learn one financial skills before the end of this year. At least start making money for yourself. So it's a good way to start, but it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's also these are things you will learn with money if you go somewhere else. But because we have passion for you, we love you, and we know you love us too. We want to help you. We want you to grow. And there's no government helping us, giving us money to do what we do. We do it, most of the things we do in LBD, we do it either from individual funds many times, or probably from 1 or 2 people who just like what we do, and they support us once in a while. So it's not like, oh, she's trying to use me to get money. You're wasting your time because we have not gotten anything out of you. And that's a fact. So if you think you are so valuable, it's up to you. It's up to you to keep it to yourself and move on with your life the way your life has been. But none offense. I'm just trying to tell you that we have the value to give to you. And if you want to make your life valuable, you join this mentorship, you see how you want to be more valuable with yourself and become the value you think you are, or that you think you want to be, and not thinking somebody wants to make something out of you. But no offense, just in case I have said something wrong. Me, I must have anyway. Sorry about that. So that's what we want to do this year. And I think if you join this group, you will be able to, but we're not going to pick everybody, as I said, just 15 people who want to add value to. Last year, 10 people joined us. We did with 10 people. And I think by the end of the year, we were left with about 5 people or 4 people, 5 or 6 people who are your group leaders, because some people were not consistent. And so if you're not consistent, we will take you out, we will remove you. So if you know that you have a busy life, you have a busy schedule, you have a busy work, you have a busy business, and you don't have enough resources, airtime to come online, internet, data subscription, and your attendance, if you know you can't do this, there's no need for you to start, because we are still going to take you out, because we want people who will be committed to it. Because if I am coming every month, I have a very busy life. I have a 9-to-5 job I do every day. I do 4 times in a week, 9-to-5 job that pays my bills. I write books. I do public speaking. I have a very busy life. And if I want to come and do this for you, it means that you too, that you believe you have a busy life, you should be able to put some things in order and come and learn. Because if we don't see you day one, day two, month one, month two, we'll take you out so that we can focus on people who are consistent in life or in what we are trying to do. So it doesn't mean that you're not doing something important where you are. It just means that you are not for us. So we are choosing to take people who are for us and who want to be with us. So it doesn't mean you are not busy. That's just one of the first things I want to do. Thank you all for that. So Mr. Nelson is going to share the link here and also share the link on the group. We want new entry. Just register yourself, come in, and I believe you're going to have a very wonderful 4 months. Because, and if you are still in the group with us and you still feel you want to keep going with us, yes, please, we will take you, keep building you. But most of the things we're going to do, some of them we're going to repeat some classes over again for the new people. So we take everybody along. Please, somebody should say something if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can
Yes,
see it.
madam.
Developing a growth mindset, and this is the first slide. So, and this is the topic we are here. I'll try to do this within 15 minutes because we ought to leave here in another 14 minutes, so that in the next 15 minutes, I'll try to do this. I've spoken a lot, more than what I plan to do. Developing a growth mindset as people with disability. And my name is Waire Nikoro. I've told you about myself already, a few about myself. Mr. Nelson, I've also told you about myself already. So that's the first thing. So the first slide here is potential necessitate growth. You will limit your potential if you fail to grow. Potential necessitate growth, and you will limit your potential if you fail to grow. As people with disabilities, you should understand something. Growth must be part of your life, irrespective of if you have irrespective of the fact that you have a disability that is taking your time, taking your resources, taking your body, taking your life, taking your strength, taking your finances. You must understand that nobody will help you give an excuse for your disability when it comes to the world of work. The world of work doesn't have excuses. All it has is results. If you don't have the results, it means you are not qualified to earn the money, or you're not qualified to get the promotion, or you're not qualified to get anything out of life. In the world of work, only result matters, not disabilities, not excuses, not family life, not anything. No, this is how I was born. So you must understand here, from what I said here as people with disability, that potential necessitates growth. You must understand this. It's something that you have to understand. Because while growing up as a person with a disability, you didn't understand that, you know what, you needed to grow as well. Not just physically, but mentally, intellectually, financially, maritally, in every area of your life. Because while growing up as people with disability, for myself, many times, we were filled with sympathy and we thought that life will always help giving us that sympathizing moment to make us acquire things we don't work for, to make us acquire things that we don't earn, to make us acquire things so easily. For example, when I was doing my NYSC, the government at that time made a rule that if you have a disability, you don't stand on the queue. Even if you're coming late, you go to the front and you pay your money and you get into the bus. In fact, not just pay your money, before they even did pay your money, the government at a point the government of Lagos State made it as a rule that if you have a disability, you don't pay to get into a bus. You don't pay to get into the BRT bus. I don't know what the rule is right now, but that was the rule when I was doing my NYSC. So most times when they send me to court to go and appear, and they give me money to go and appear in court, I'll take the money and I will, based on the fact that I have a disability, I won't pay to go to court because I will just wait for the BRT bus to come and pick me up. And I will time the bus to say, okay, by this time, this bus will be coming. I will not want to use the shuttle or the other private cars, except if I'm running late for court. Because as I said, I'm a lawyer. If I'm running late for court, I will have no choice than to use the money that was allocated to go to court. But if I'm not running late for court, or if I'm going home from work after work, or if I'm not running late, I will wait for the BRT. And the beautiful part of it is that anytime I come to the bus stop, I don't care how many persons are in the queue. If you have lived in Lagos or you understand Lagos, I'm from Nigeria. I know some of you don't understand Lagos, but I know that there are some busy cities in your country that is very busy. And people queue up to get into the bus, to get into the bus station. Sorry, to get into the bus, or people queue up in the train station to get into the train. Same way with my own, that city I was living in at that time, Lagos State. The bus was a government bus, and people get to queue up to get into the bus. So when I get there, I was not bothered about if there was 50 persons behind me or 30 persons behind me. All I knew was I had a disability. Because somebody is saying something. Okay, like my state. Timothy was saying like my state. Great, good. So based on the fact that the government made that law for people with disability at that time, I was not bothered about if I come late or if I don't come late. All my thought was the bus should just come at the time I have planned it to come. And when it comes at that time, I'm so happy. I go to the front, and all I needed to do was to show my sleeve, I was so bold to show my disability, because some people don't know I have a disability. Especially when you are walking from the back to the front, it's more like, who is this lady, this young girl with her small face? What audacity. But when they see that, okay, she has one hand, they come in. In fact, at a point when I was working in Lagos, at a point I usually wear artificial hand. I still have it. It's somewhere in my box. I just stopped using it because I just felt, you know what? Life is not that hard sometimes. My mom still tells me, wear it. I still have it. I have an artificial hand I wear. Protesters, or what they call it, protesters. I have it. My parents gave it to me when I was in my final year in the university. So I wore it for about 2-3 years. If you go to my Facebook, you see some of the pictures. I wore it to court. So I still have it and I wear it. But because of this government privileges, I was not wearing it as much as often because I cannot be removing artificial hands and say, see, I have it. So I just want to just be natural so that I can get that privilege. And that was how I was many times, except maybe when I was not going to court. I wear it to my office. So today my office will see me with this hand. Tomorrow they will see me without it. At the point they got confused, like, what kind of girl is this? It's not my fault. I was taking advantage of privileges. But what am I trying to say? We have grown to the extent that we think that because some of these privileges are there, we don't need to grow. We don't need to do anything. We're going to have it easy. We should have it easy. We should have it okay. It's our right. Yes, it can be your right, but you don't have to use it all the time. Or let me put it this way. It's your right. We know it. But you don't have to be lazy about life because it's your right. As a person with disability, there are so many rights we have. Some of them people don't even allow us to make use of it. Some of them people allow us to make use of it, depending on the government, the legislation, the people around that are helping to make use of it. That particular example, they allowed me make use of it. But if they don't allow me make use of it, I will still take the money my office gave to me, and I will still use the downfall bus to get to, or whatever private transport or public transport to get to court. I won't say because it's my right, I will not go and do my job. You won't say because it's your right, you will not grow intellectually. You will not grow physically. You will not grow in every area of your life. No, you should, whether you have the right or not, because sometimes people may not even allow you to use this right. And just to fast forward, after about some months, when I was about rounding off, when I've actually finished my NYC and I was still in Lagos, I was in another job. So an incident happened with a person with a disability, a blind person with a disability. And that incident made the government to end that rule, because the blind person with a disability made use of that right in a wrong way. To the extent that the blind person with a disability injured a government official. Blood was coming out. The blind person with a disability injured a government official, because, you know, sometimes people with visual impairment, sometimes you may have some temper issues, especially when people are not understanding you. You may get angry. People with visual impairment, you may get angry. and you may not have been able to manage your anger. People with hearing impairment sometimes still have some of those issues. You may get angry and you may still be working on yourself. I'm not telling you, I'm not judging you. It's okay, it's all right, but you must grow. In this LBD, we advocate growth. Nobody's going to take excuses for your disability. So what happened? I may not know the whole story, but the blind person with a disability was trying to enter the bus like I do, and took it that it's my right. Nobody should enter before me. And the official was trying to, well, maybe the official did not want to permit him to have his rights the way he should, or maybe the official was trying to communicate to him, but the blind person may have felt that was not a good day for him. And somehow he injured the person, the government official, and it was so bad that blood came out. And by the next time I went to the bus station to use my right, I was told, no, sister, go back to the queue. And I was like, why? And they told me an incident happened 2 weeks ago. The government has ended these free things to people with disabilities. In fact, people with disabilities should no longer enter the BRT bus without money and without going into the queue. So from that day, it was sad, but I had to start paying money. I was paying money from that day. So you see how we may feel it's our right, and we don't grow, we don't outgrow. It may not always be like that. It should not always be like that. And that's why there's a need for a growth mindset, because you may not always have your rights every time, every day. You must grow to start helping people, or to start giving people other rights, or anyhow you want to understand it. But we have to grow as people with disability. Growth is necessary. Things will not always remain the same way it is. People will not always sympathize with us. Laws can change. Privileges can be taken away from us. But the only thing that cannot be taken away from you is growth. So you have to grow to where you want to be in life. That's what I wanted to say. The second thing I want to say here is the growth gap. I have to share my screen on this. Do I still have time? Oh, 7 minutes more. The growth gap. So if you're understanding what I'm saying, you can put on the IMOD, yes, I will grow as a person with disability. You can just write that. So let me just write it for you. I will grow. You can put your name in. I choose to grow, not I will grow. I choose to grow as a person with disability. You can put your name in there. You can copy and paste I, Waire Nikoro. Choose to grow as a person with disability. So decide that I, Waire Nikoro, put your name. I just want 2-3 persons to type something. I, this. I choose to grow. You can just copy it and put your name in. I choose to grow as a person with disability. So I just need you, just keep going in and copy it and put your name in there, and that'll be wonderful, because you have to grow. And the second thing I want to share here is, I believe you can see this. This is a growth gap. How were you born? Who are you now? Your potential, where you were created to be, who you were created to be. How were you born? How you were born. So this is it. Maybe you were born with a disability. You were born with many challenges. You were born with many disability, many issues. Your parents are not together. Who you are now. This is who you are now. With all of those, you have not gone so far. Or maybe you have gone so far, but there is a gap here. See the difference between here and here? This is where you need help. This is where you should decide that I need mentorship, I need help. Some of you were born 0 years, you are now 30 years, you are now 40 years. This is how much you have achieved, who you are now. But there's still a longer gap to go, because your potential is not yet open. You still feel there are lots about you need to, who you were created to be, If you are a religious person, who God created you to be. If you're not a religious person, who you believe you want to be. So this is a growth gap. And I think everybody has it. So this gap varies for all of us. But the goal of growth is that consistency close the gap. So with consistency, with programs like this, with things like this, you can close this gap. That is why you are here. That's why the 15 people, 15 of us, the 13 of us, the 10 of us, we are all here. This growth gap is for everybody. Some of us, we may be here. Some of us, we may not even be up to here. Some of us, we are still here. We are still here, still trying to manage ourselves, still trying to get life together, still trying to understand who we are in life, still trying to understand what we're called to be, still trying to even come out of depression because we have so much depression in us. Some of us, we are still here. We are not even up to here yet. It all depends on our different growth level, on our different life, on our different how life has treated us. But the aim is here for everybody. Whether you are here, you are here, you are here, or you may even be here. The aim is here. Everybody should be looking towards here. So let me off my screen and do another. So let me just show you the third one before I go into before I off my screen. But this is the third one. These are now we're going into assumptions people have about growth. Remember, the topic is having a growth mindset. People have a lot of assumptions about growth. One will say, I will automatically grow. Beside your age, you aging, 30 years, 50 years, 20 years, nothing else grows automatically in your life, not even your finances. Nothing grows else. So nothing else grows. And that's shocking for many people, but that's the truth. That's what we are being, right? That's where we are right now. Some of you are 45, you're 35, but nothing has grown. Maybe very little thing has grown aside your age. Your age is the only thing growing. Your feelings, your emotions, your needs. Now you need a husband, you need a wife, you need children, you need a family. It's only your needs that are growing. Nothing else is growing in your life. You're still the same way, just different aging body. So we've talked about the growth gap, and you can see here that the growth gap is something that everybody needs. How you were born and where you are right now. Yes, you have gotten far, as I earlier said, you must have gotten far to an extent, but you're not comfortable. You're not contented. You want more. And the growth gap talks about where you were created, who you were created to be. So who you were created to be, that is your potential. And that's where you want to be. That's your aim. That's your aim. What we should do as people with disability is to see how to bridge the growth gap between who we are now and our potential, who we are created to be. You're not created to be your disability. Trust me, that's not the plan. That was never the plan. The plan was for you to grow beyond your disability. The plan was for you to still achieve despite your disability. The plan has always been for you to surpass your disability. And that's still the plan. Don't allow your disability change the plan. The plan you have for yourself, the plan people have for you, your family have for you, or even the one you have for yourself. Or if you're a religious person, the plan God has for you. Whichever it is, don't change the plan. And the growth gap is for you to bridge the gap. How can you get to your potential? How can you bridge the gap? And that's what we'll be talking about in the next 5 minutes. How you can bridge the gap between who you are now and the place you want to be. Who you are now and the person you want to be. Who you are now and the potential you want to create for yourself. Who you are now and your final destination. And as I said, some of you are 30 years, 20 years, 15 years. And you may feel, oh, I'm not grown enough. How can I do it? There is good news for you. The good news is that you're in the right place and you can start bridging the growth gap right now. I am bridging the growth gap right now. There's so many things about my life. There's so many things I want to be, I want to do, I've not yet done. But the first thing is awareness. You should be aware that, okay, I want to grow. I need to grow. And I have to choose to grow. Because so many people don't even know they need to grow. So many people don't even know they have to grow. They feel life should grow and meet them. So many people don't even know that they have to decide to grow. You have to decide to grow. You have to choose to grow. You have to be aware that I have to grow. And that's what we are here to do, developing a growth mindset. The first assumption people have, or the first gap people need to bridge is the assumption gap. I've talked about that. The assumption gap of I will automatically grow. That's the assumption gap. People just feel, you know what, as I'm growing older, I should be getting wiser. The truth is that it's not everybody. In fact, many people, as they grow older, they don't get wiser. Have you ever heard the word, a fool at 40 is a fool forever? That tells you that you may grow older, but you may not grow better. It means to grow, you should not assume your age will help you grow. Rather, to grow, you have to decide and work towards your growth. If not, the only thing that will grow in your life will be your age, nothing more. The second thing I want to talk about in the next few more seconds is the knowledge gap. The knowledge gap says, I don't know how to grow. I don't know how to grow. I'm sorry I didn't put that, but I'll put the other one. I don't know how to grow. How can you grow? The good news is you're in the right community. If you are still here with us, the 10 people, the 15 people, the 7 people, the 6 people that are here, you're in the right community. So you may say, I don't know how to grow. Am I going to grow? And one thing I want to say about it is how to grow. You have to identify the right community, people, mentors around you to help you grow. Identify the right community. LBD is a good community to help you grow. You can't be in LBD for 2 years and you are consistent with all our programs and something will not be added to your life. LBD means life beyond disability. And I believe almost everybody, and I believe everybody here has one form of disability or the other. So how can I grow? I don't know how to grow. Identify the right people, the right community, the right mentors to help you grow. You cannot just grow without knowing where you need to grow from to, and you cannot grow without identifying the right people, community, or mentors that can help you get to where you want to go to. So that's the next thing. Yes, identify the right community on people, the mentors to help you grow. And the next thing I want to say, I cannot finish my slide because we're already out of time, is the timing gap. When is the right time to grow, to begin to grow? The right time to begin to grow was yesterday. The right time to begin to grow was yesterday. It means you are late. I am late. But good news, the next best time to grow is today. The next best time to decide to grow is today. So you can start today. I can start today. You can start today. So the fourth one is perfection gap. I'm going to share this one. The perfection gap. I'm going to share it because even though we are out of time, I need to be able to. So I believe you can see my screen. This is the assumption. This is the knowledge gap. I don't know how to grow. The next one is I've talked about the timing gap. When is the right time to grow? When is the right time I will grow? And I've talked about it that the right time to grow was yesterday. The next right time is today. This is a perfection gap. Perfection gap is I have to find the best way before I start. I have to find the best way before I start. No, there is no best way. You come the way you are. You must come the way you are, come with your disability, come with what you have. You must take a leap of faith to grow. Don't wait for perfection. Don't wait for perfection. Let me take this as a screenshot. Disable. Okay. So we've talked about this. So I've talked that you must take a leap of faith to grow. And the inspirational gap, I don't feel like growing. The truth is only failures live by feelings. You shouldn't live by your feelings. We have been living by our feelings all our lives. If we ask ourselves this question, let me use a rhetorical question right now. The one that can go with everybody, at least one way or the other, you must have felt loved or had some love life one way or the other. All the guys you had, this is out of recording, all the people who you had one emotion or the other while growing up, did you marry all of them? If probably you're married, did you marry all of them? You didn't. But you must have had feelings for more than one person. While growing up, you had feelings when you were in secondary school, you have feelings when you're in university for different girls, different guys. You didn't get married to all of them. The truth is that we cannot live by our feelings. You cannot live by your feelings. You can't live by how you feel. You can't wake up this morning and say, you know what, today I feel like growing. And you wake up tomorrow and you say, you know what, I don't feel like growing today. No, no, no. It doesn't work that way. You have to grow, whether you feel like it or not. You should choose to grow, whether you feel like it or not, because growth is important in every man's life. Whether you feel like it or not, choose to grow. That's it. So let me go straight to the areas you must grow. That's where I'm going to stop. Thank you. So we can see from the Wheel of Life, identify areas you want to grow. The truth about growth is that you must know where you want to grow. You must know, you may not be able to, there are some areas in your life you have grown more than the others. For me, let me use myself as an example. I have grown in some other areas in my life, like communication, like areas. I've grown to an extent in my professional life than some other areas of my life. And there are other people who have grown in other areas than some areas that they will battle with. So you must understand where you want to grow. And that is the first step. Where are the areas of my life I need to grow in 2025? What areas of my life do I really need to grow in 2025? So identify areas you want to grow in. Aim for at least 3 areas of your life you want to grow. And this is a wheel you can use to check health, your disability. Is it taking a toll on you? Do you want to work on your health, work on your diet, work on your weight loss, work on your mental life? It's more easy said than done. But these are areas you should think about that, okay, what are the areas of my life I want to grow? Do you want to work on your mental health? Do you want to stop having depression? Maybe you are depressed 3 times a week. Do you want to say, you know what, I want to grow in this area to be able to be depressed maybe once a week or not even be depressed at all? You know, do you want to grow in your self-care, your self-esteem, the way you esteem yourself, the way you believe in yourself? Maybe some persons may tell you you look beautiful, but you don't even believe you look beautiful because you don't have that esteem. Do you want to grow in your career, your profession? Do you want to grow in your fun life, your social life? You don't have any friends. Everybody around you are just pity parties. At the point in my life, at the point in my life, I was like that, where I really didn't have anybody. Everybody was just pity party. In Yoruba, they call it pele. They just pele. In fact, they were looking at me like life want to end for me tomorrow. But I said, no, I want to, even till now, there are still areas in this my social life, which is fun, that I want to grow in. I don't have enough friends. I want to be able to add more friends to my friend list. That doesn't mean that I will pick anybody that comes my way. No, I have my selection criteria for my social life. But still, I want to grow in this area. This is one of the areas personally I want to grow in. So you choose the area you want to grow in, and then have a framework. Is it your finances? Just last year, I was telling my team I want to grow in my finances, and I started working on it because right now I think I have been able to grow in my finances more than before. So you need to choose the area of your life you want to grow. But being aware that I need to grow here is the first step. Is it your time management, your productivity life? Maybe you are somebody that starts the day and you don't know how the day goes. The day just goes without you doing nothing, without you not adding anything to your life, without you not being beneficial to even yourself. Even the plans you had, you told yourself, I'm going to go here, I'm going to do this. You don't do any one of that. Although there are days like that when we are lazy. But if it's a routine, like almost every time this happens to you, then it's something you need to pick up. And even if it's not a routine, even those once in a while can hinder your productivity. So you need to grow in that. Giving back. Do you want to grow your charity life? Maybe you are not a kind person. You don't give. You always like to take from people. You don't give. Or your relationship with your family. Maybe you want to tell yourself, you know what, I want to get married. I am still single. I'm 20, I'm 30, I'm 15. Sorry, not 15. I'm 30, I'm 25. I want to get married. So you want to grow in how to start dating, how to start telling a girl, I like you, I love you. There's some areas you just need to put in shape. And I think this is for everybody. It's not just for one person. It's not just for one person, it's for everybody. So share one thing that stood out for you today. Please put something on the comment section. Thank you so much. I think I'm done with my presentation. So share one thing in the comments that stood out for you. But okay, thank you, Timothy. So share one thing in the comment section that stood out for you in the next 1 minute. Don't forget the areas, identify areas you want to grow. There are different areas you should grow. But the first thing is being aware that I need to grow. Despite the fact that I have a disability, I must grow. Because life will not give you anything without you putting in putting things into it to bring results. But life's all about results. You need to put in something to get something out of it. Just some days ago, I was looking at my email and I was checking my email like, oh, somebody should send me an email. But the truth is that I didn't send anybody an email, or I was not even expecting an email in the first place. So why should somebody send me an email? But yesterday, I was expecting an email from a bank to tell me something. So I was expecting it, and the email came true. That was because I put in the work. I emailed them, I wanted something, and I was expecting it, and it came. But when you don't put in any work, you are expecting life to just give you something. Life will give you nothing when you don't put in some work, some level of effort. And life does not know that or think if you have a disability or not. Life doesn't understand that robotic coding that, oh, I have a disability, so just give me. Life doesn't understand. Great. Thank you, Timothy. Sorry, not Timothy. I think there's somebody I just saw that said something. Yes, Timothy. Yeah, Timothy Dabbs. Okay. So it means we have two Timothy here. So thank you for that. So you need to understand that. And the first step is you need to be aware that, okay, I need to grow in some areas. And pick 3 areas of your life in 2025. 2025 is still just starting, whereby we just entered the second quarter. Pick 3 areas of your life that, you know what, I want to grow. Right now, for me, there are 3 areas I am working on growing, which I started last year, November, December. I even told my team about it. I even shared my goals with the mentorship group about it. But there are 3 areas I really want to grow. Number 1, my social life. 2, my relationship. No, number 1, my social life. Number 1, my finances, which I'm heavily building on growing on. And I'm still growing. I've started growing, but I'm building it heavily. Number 2, my social life. And number 3, my relationship. These are the 3 areas for me in 2025 I want to build. So what are those 3 areas you want to build? Firstly, be aware, I want to build on my finances. I want to build, for some of you, it may be your career. For some of you, it may be your health. Maybe your disability is taking a toll on you. You want to grow in your health. You want to build, you want to eat well. You want to go to the hospital, take your routine more seriously, or take your medication more seriously, or see how you can meet a doctor or anybody who you can consult on your disability, how you can improve on it. For some of you, it's your productivity life. You're not productive. You can wake up in a day and all you do is just to watch movie from the beginning to the end because you have a disability. You don't plan your tomorrow. You don't plan your future. You have to pick 3 areas that you want to grow and sit yourself down and then have a plan. Have a plan that these are the things I have to do to grow before the end of 2025. And trust me, if you do that and you have a plan, you share your plan with your community, share your plans with LBD, email us, say that these are the plans I have. Can you edit it? Can you work on it? Can you help me? Join the mentorship group and share your plans in the mentorship group. In the mentorship group this year, when we started, I encouraged all our mentees in the mentorship group to bring their goals for the year. And they all brought their goals. Some people started schooling again because they felt, you know what, I need to go back to school and grow in my career. Yeah, you have to share your plan. I also shared my plans with the mentorship group. And we are all growing together. It doesn't mean that we are perfect people. We have challenges, we have hurdles. But at least we have started something. So these are the things we need to look out for. Understand something. Growth will not always be easy. If you want an easy growth, you may never have it. Growth may be hard, but the truth is that decide to grow, whether it is hard or not. Decide to grow, decide to how I wrote it here, decide to do what is hard and necessary to grow. That's how we put it here. Growth may be hard, it may not be easy, but decide to do what is hard and necessary to grow. If it's necessary and but hard, still decide to do it. Don't be looking for easy growth. Okay, what is easy? What is not easy? Because you may not always have it easy. Sometimes you may have it hard, but is it helping you to grow? If it's helping you to grow, then grow and decide to do it. And that's another thing I want to say. And everybody's growth is individual. Don't compare your growth level with another. Focus on your growth. I'm not comparing myself with my friends. I don't, even if I sometimes want to, I have to snap out and say, no, you know what? You are not them. You're not like them. Everybody's growth is individual. For some people, they have grown in their finances. Some of them, they have grown in their relationship. Some of them, their career is doing so well. They're doing well. Some of them, their health is perfect. They don't have a disability like you and I. But don't compare yourself. Decide to focus on your own growth part time, and you will get there where you want to go. Don't compare yourself don't compare your growth with the growth of others. This is where I'm going to end. If you have any question, you can say it. If you don't have any question, I'm happy to end it today. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, everybody who said something. Growth is not spontaneous, but a process. Decide to grow. God bless you.